Register now at urbanstarcontest.com. Test.com. 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 Donations Telethon live on Shaw TV March 20th. And give a...
Beausejour and our continuing coverage of the 2011 Provincial Men's Curling Championship in Manitoba, the Safeway Championship. A hello to all our Shaw viewers across Western Canada. Mike Beauregard, Kathy Gauthier, and Jim Toth bringing you the semi-final between Mike McEwen and Terry McNamee. The winner moves on to play Jeff Stoughton at 1:30 this afternoon. Another game we'll have for you live on Shaw. This is a rematch of a game we saw earlier in the playoff round. Kathy won by McNamee 9-4, scoring 5 in the 8th end to break a 4-4 tie.
Well, for sure for Terry McNamee, that is a huge boost. It's not a team that you've not played before. You've played them and you've beaten them. Terry McNamee has played this game far too long to think that because you've beaten a team 9-4 means it's easy. And this is last night's final end. Daley Peters, who throws final stone for Vic Peters, tried an in-off off the boards. He actually was successful in removing it from the button, but he didn't stick the shooter. And that means a draw to the 4-foot would put Mike McEwen in this morning's draw. They almost leave it a little bit long here. All of a sudden, you'll see it really, really start to die, but great brushing, super strong front end.
This is the extra end. The game was tied at 4. McEwen draws for the single point and a 5-4 victory. And in a game we brought to you last night, our viewers, the 1-versus-1 game between McNamee and Jeff Stoughton. It was an 8-3 final in favor of Stoughton, but a much closer game than the score would indicate.
For sure, it was a game in which this young man made a ton of shots. That's going to be a big difference today. In this semifinal action, teams on sheet C, that's the sheet that we have been bringing the telecast from. They stay on that sheet. All games will be on sheet C. The difference is that this afternoon, Jeff Stoughton will have a choice, as will his opponent, of any rocks in the building for this morning's game. They are still assigned the rocks on that sheet. What teams do now is they flip a coin before the game starts to determine who gets last practice, or the practice that is closest to game time and the ice conditions most similar to the game. That was won by the McEwen team. They elected to have the final practice. So the choice of color went to Terry McNamee. If you remember the game last night, he was throwing red. He chose yellow this morning, wanting to change it up. I think that they felt that there were some issues with a couple of the rocks. And we had a little bit of debate on the media bench this morning. Is it better to throw what you know, or to try to guess through the game what these stones will do? Mike McEwen's team has thrown both. They've got them charted, but it is a little bit new for Terry McNamee.
Right up. McNamee's rink, the big story of these playoffs. There weren't many people out there, probably except for their families, who thought they'd get this far. McNamee's been around for a long time. 46-year-old Manitoba curling veteran. Has never been this deep in the Safeway Championship. Beat McEwen in the playoffs. Also registered a victory over Vic Peters. Go. McEwen's rink, the top-rated team in this championship. Still haven't broken through, though, and won a provincial championship. That title has been owned by Jeff Stoughton, who has won Manitoba 8 times and has won 4 of the last 5 Safeway championships. He awaits the winner of this game.
Now we can expect a pretty simple first end.
Good.
That is the style of play that Mike McEwen usually utilizes. Plays it pretty simple in the first end. And of course, this is the first time that there's only one game in play. first thing in the morning. The crowds are much smaller this morning than they have been, and so really good opportunity to take a look at what the ice does before you start to go. And you can see it doesn't really matter where Terry McNamee is placing stones. For Mike McEwen and his team, their game plan clearly is just to keep it simple in this first end.
Go! Go, 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 go.
Here's
go, go,
Matt Wozniak, McEwen second.
All right, Matt.
Now we'll stick that around, and with that corner guard, Terry McNamee will try to get behind it early. Did win that draw to the button. Both skips were in the button area. Terry McNamee right on the tee line, got a little bit more than Mike McEwen. That's why he's got last rock in this first end.
Did you make it?
Room.
No.
Lots of room.
No, no. You think so?
Lots of room yet. Whoa. Room.
Kathy, I saw McNamee's rink in the Sweepers Lounge
Whoa.
after their game
Whoa.
against Stoughton last night. They seem pretty loose. They're having a good time.
Well, and you know what? Sometimes I think that as curlers or athletes, we forget that part of this whole experience is to enjoy yourself. Now, that does not mean anything to excess, but it certainly does mean that you have to enjoy the experience. And for Terry McNamee and his team, they absolutely are enjoying it, and that's really good.
Hard. Whoa, yeah! Yeah!
Bit of heat here from Wozniak.
Runs it back, isn't able to stick the shooter, but he makes the stone go away.
This is 15th appearance for McNamee at the Safeway Championship, curling out of the Brandon Curling Club.
Where is it?
Not the same. A little more.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Lots of room. No, no off.
Not the same spot.
No.
That's a lot more, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, a little more.
The boy dirty.
Okay. Yeah, there's no sweeping at all. Eh?
That rock still is partially exposed, as you can see. If he had thrown sweeping weight, that's where you get your big finish.
Doesn't seem like go crazy.
Into third stones now, the first for B.J. Neufeld.
One of two Neufeld boys on this squad. Chris Neufeld, dad, former Canadian Brier champion, is the coach.
Hard!
One of very few teams that do have a coach at this level.
Good. Yep.
Get it, bumper. Bumper.
Terry's third is Steve Irwin, a lefty.
Wow, off.
No!
Hard, 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 hard. How about?
Gets that wee bit of a roll, not enough to duck behind.
Same weight.
So a chance for McEwen's team to
Try and get under. Yeah. I guess you
roll.
got a little air. Okay. Clean.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, off, off, off. Yep.
No.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh. Whoa, anything.
Curl.
Matt. Anything.
Curl! Okay, good weight.
Run out of room there, Mike. Hack.
Okay. So is that firm bump or is that just half? Or just bump or no? Okay.
I'm trying to find that elusive spot that the rock will actually roll. Some great weight thrown by BJ on his last one. It looked like it was going to climb past. It just didn't. And so Steve trying to find that perfect combination.
Not a boy.
Great shot. Not a lot of room between the guard. See, Mike can see about half to three quarters from the hack. no more a roll behind the guard as possible, so we'll try to roll it away. There's Danny Neufeld, dad to the two Neufeld boys, the third and the lead, and a great competitor over time. Somebody that players have a ton of respect for. There's been lots of discussion about coaching. It was one of the questions that we asked teams about whether they were bringing a coach and what the role was. Most of them said no, that they really felt that if anything, it was just the timeouts for them to have more time to analyze shots and to think about other things. And at this point, if you're not committed to what you need to do, a coach isn't going to help. And by far, in fact, I haven't heard anybody that disagrees with Chris Neufeld. The biggest thing Chris brings is that he's been there, done that. And as a coach, if you've not competed at this level, it's pretty difficult to tell your team what they need to do.
Go, keep going, keep going. Good shot.
Of course, Chris coached against his former teammate Vic Peters last night, and Vic was a great story at this championship. A lot of people were pulling for him.
Well, they were for sure. It's always a very special moment when you see a father and son combination, and not just in a a country bonspiel as we often see, but in something like this level. And I'm sure that for Denny, looking on at his two boys, he doesn't have to cheer for one team over another. It's all or nothing. And Vic, of course, got the all-star third that he had quite a chuckle over, because for years as a skip he called the game, but he actually threw third stones.
Here's the first for Terry, who was named all-star skip last night.
Okay, whoa.
Deciding that the roll wasn't going to happen, we'll just let it finish off to the nose.
They make him throw that other turn.
Terry's in his mid-40s.
Yep.
He's curling with some young guys.
Doesn't seem to move.
Two of the three are in their 20s still. They've been together a while, 5 years, and have good chemistry, obviously, to get this far.
At the very least, make him try and roll, and make him throw the other turn for the blank. Gonna make a mistake. Control.
You hear the thought process from Mike, where he wants the shooter to end up, maybe force Terry McNamee to throw the other turn. It's not that he feels he can't throw both, but you want to change the shot. You don't want to leave your opponent with the same shot twice.
Really hard! Go! Okay.
Definitely rolls a little bit, but you can see wide open. So for Terry McNamee, an opportunity in this first end. He's able to hit and roll out the blank.
Oh, you're right.
Terry has compiled a record of 6 wins, 2 losses in this championship. Steve Irwin lining up the shot. Last rock in the first end of our semifinal here at the 2011 Safeway Championship. McNamee curling McEwen, looking to blank the first end. Gets a little more nose than he wanted, but it's mission accomplished. So a blank first end in our semifinal. No score between Mike McEwen and Terry McNamee. Our Jim Toth spoke to Terry just prior to the game. Here's some of that interview.
Familiar with Mike McEwen. What kind of challenges does he provide for your team?
Well, we've played Michael a lot over the last few years, and we always have close games, so I expect nothing different today.
You still get excited after all these years of curling at this time?
Oh, sure. To be top 3 in your province, that's pretty good, but hey, we're looking to be number 1.
Thanks for this. Good luck.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Our second end is brought to you by Moxie's Classic Grill, proud supporters of Manitoba's roaring game. No score through one end of play at the Sungrow Center in Beausejour. Clearly, a lot of our curling fans were out late last night, Kathy. They're starting to file in now. Fashionably late. Lots of curling still ahead. We've got our final here today at 1:30, and we'll have that game for you live on Shaw TV if you can't get off your couch.
Well, it should be a great day of curling. Two really good teams out here. The first chance that we've really had to see the #1 seed Mike McEwen's team play. And it's really interesting, you know, you've got the #2 seed and arguably 1 and 2. It's so interchangeable. Jeff Stoughton going through undefeated and waiting for the winner of this, Mike McEwen out there. And then you've got Terry McNamee, who wouldn't have featured in the top seeds, but I can guarantee you that Terry McNamee, and you could hear in his interview, really doesn't care who the seeds are and who he's playing. You know, the whole thing, isn't it great to be top 3? Well, that he's not happy with being top 3. He doesn't see any reason why he can't continue to go on and play Jeff again this afternoon. Great words, you need to prove it on the ice.
Curling fans in Manitoba are wondering, is this the year Mike McEwen and his rink breaks through? They certainly made their mark on the Grand Slam circuit this year, winning 2 of the first 3 slams. They've beaten all the big names, including Jeff, in some
that guard is an 87.
key money games this year.
Very strong team. There really is not a weakness at any position. And the other thing that their experience has done is, for those that watched last night, Terry McNamee's team was throwing red, and they realized after about the 3rd end that the 7 rock really didn't run the same as any other stone, and so they changed it up, but not before they'd given up one of the only deuces in the game. The only other multiple end scored really ended it all in 8. For Mike McEwen and his team have played these MCA rocks. They played them last year. They've not been changed, and in fact their order and rotation that they're throwing today is the same from the final last year. Mike McEwen throwing rocks 1 and 3, 7 being given to the second, where often we see a rock that's mismatched going because the second player throws the most hits in a usual game, and any imperfections in a stone don't tend to show up when you throw a hit. And that's another of those advantages from playing a lot and being here a lot, is you've had a chance to chart the rocks.
How about
Nice when you get right to know.
Both teams very comfortable with going now. Mike McEwen setting the pace for this second end.
Just for line, Mike. We're heavy right now.
Oh,
Wait close. No, just
McEwen's rink coming off a big victory a couple of weeks ago, the BDO Canadian Open, beating Glenn Howard in the final. They took out Jeff Stoughton in the semifinals of that event.
Stay with it. Yep, yep, yep. Go, 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 go. Good.
I think at this stage of the game, it just comes down to which team is playing better on a given day.
You're talking about the final 3?
I'm talking about Stoughton, McEwen.
For sure. Whoever Jeff takes on this afternoon, and Jeff talked about it last night, it is great to win that 1-1 game. You know that you have a date this afternoon with the Buffaloes sitting right beside you. You know you have last rock and choice of color, all those things. But at the end of the day, it really is the team that comes to play the best in that final. You cannot play a 75 or an 80% game and expect to win a provincial final in Manitoba.
Come on. Go hard on this. Get it.
Okay. Same spot.
You can see right now the way that the angles are set up. They absolutely favor redstones.
I kind of like that guard in the same spot.
yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, you sort of should guard all the yellow.
You can hear lots of discussion at the other end. The team really charting out where they want to be.
Tight.
Oh, not too tight.
Matt.
There's the second from Matt Wozniak,
Tight.
who easily has the best hair in the building this early in the morning.
That's good. Want to still touch the line.
It's tight. It's tight.
Stay with it. Yep. Yep. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. 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 Good.
Good.
1 red on the lid, or the center guard just off center.
Well, and they like that guard for sure, because even though it looks like it's covering yellow stones, and it is, what you expose to your opponents is red stones, and any play on the red stones eliminate yellow.
Yep.
So Terry McNamee trying to keep that front open. With last rock, he needs to get to those stones in the forefoot and move things around, which he's done. And
that works. That's good.
Left a couple of reds, but he's opened it up.
You run the red
put it right in between them. No?
Is there no slash double?
Well, we could nose this. You like that better?
I don't know. If you throw up a guard, he's just going to tap that back.
Yeah, we're knocking him out. Okay, run the nose.
Yeah.
Like normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're concerned by playing a guard, whether it be in front of the house or a tight one at the top 12, is that there is an angle on the outside to hit the red stone and both go away, leaving the yellow stone in the house. And without last rock, this is a bit of a conservative shot. But it's one to eliminate the yellow stone in the house belonging to Terry McEwen. Which he does.
Play a triple, or do you try to get something out of this? Are we shot, Ben?
Well, I know. It's either that or the triple,
Yeah,
probably.
you can probably get them all, couldn't you?
Yeah, probably. Just skinny that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not, it's back 8-1, right? So.
Looking at playing the triple, those red stones are not in a great position for Terry McNamee. They're in the forefoot area. They're not behind the tee line. And so this is about eliminating granite.
Here's the first from McNamee, third, Steve Irwin. Gets 2.
Nose this. I can throw a normal out here. Should curl.
Just normal.
Whoa, no.
No. No. Ah!
It's like right on it, I think.
Off,
Right
off. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Good.
Well, that did a lot of moving at the end. You heard them right off. He was a little bit full for sure, and it's almost like it hit a path where it started to spin a little bit. We're going to watch the ice a lot today. Really humid outside. The temperatures have changed from 37 below to much warmer. Earlier in the week, Hans and Greg had to deal with the roof leaking on one spot. It's not been an issue on sheet C, but when the conditions change, so too does the ice. And it's way colder in here, I find, this morning than it's been all week.
Hair high, and you actually scoot this like that. Easy? Sure.
Yeah, you've got the mittens on.
Do.
Okay, like 3/4, spread them out.
Is this normal or control?
Control. They're like 3/4, just tickle ours over too.
Okay.
Should curl.
The first of Skip Stones.
Easy way.
Terry McNamee has the hammer. Here's the first from Mike McEwen.
Whoa. Hard. Yep, hard. Right up. Hard. Really hard.
Hard! Right up! Hard!
Jeez.
I was hoping to get that a little bit thinner so that he ticks his own over and rolls away, really wanting to separate it, the two stones in the house, to force Terry McNamee to take one. By leaving it there, it's a relatively simple double for the McNamee team.
Well, getting to the semifinal hasn't been easy for the top seed. McEwen's had some really difficult games this week.
They have, and nobody at this field is going to lie down and die for you because you're a top seed or a 2 or a 3 seed. Everybody comes here with the same goal in mind, and that's to win.
Whoa, easy. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
The first from Terry McNamee. Facing two, and he gets rid of both.
Just knows it.
Normal.
And so with only one stone for Mike McEwen left, it looks like we may be heading to another blank.
Knows it.
But if you're just putting your television set on now, this has not been an up and down end. There's been lots of rocks in play. Some good shots made.
Queen. Whoa, pop. Whoa. Queen it. Queen it.
Yep.
McEwen with a 6-1 record in this championship. His only loss to McNamee.
Throws a ton there.
Well, for the second consecutive end, Terry McNamee has a wide open hit, so a relatively simple shot compared to some that we saw him have to make last night to keep his team in that game.
Terry's previous best finish, a 4th place finish at the Safeway Championship.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, easy. Yep. Planted. Clean.
Looking to blank his 2nd consecutive end.
Yes.
And he does. So you're right, Kathy. We did have some rocks in play. Certainly hasn't been up and down, but another blank end, and we're scoreless through 2 ends of play. Our Jim Toth spoke to Mike McEwen, the top seed on the draw just before this game.
Mike, you're familiar with Terry McNamee. He's familiar with you. What challenges does he pose for your team?
I mean, Terry's got great touch, so you know, he's going to make a lot of soft weight stuff, and you know, anytime you give him a draw, he's probably going to make it. So we'll have to watch, make sure we're you know, we're aware of that, and then try and do our best to make his shots difficult.
It hasn't been easy for you guys to this point, but you keep winning. Is that a good or bad thing on Sunday?
Well, it's kind of nice that we made it to Sunday. We weren't playing our best, but we found a way to win, grind them out. So, you know, I just said we had to get here today, and hopefully we're a little bit different team today.
Thanks for this. Good luck today.
Thanks very much, Jim.
All right, thanks, Jim. Nice job. Our 3rd end of play is brought to you by Manitoba Liquor Marts, proud supporters of Manitoba's provincial championships. It's time for Kathy's first feature. It's called Reading the Ice, and it's brought to you by Safeway Ingredients for Life.
Well, some great ice crew here have given the curlers conditions that they have loved. Around the center guard, we've seen 5-6 feet of curl really, really coming off at the end. You have to anticipate and believe. Same with the corner guards. There is no line they run and then cut. They really move all the way with a very, very hard finish. Your draw weight is key to getting around those guards. This can be a tricky shot depending on how much room you have. We've seen ice taken right on the foam bumper and moving up towards the hog line to have enough room to get around. This has been the gold part of this journey. 3.8 splits, 15 between the hogs, almost 25 hog to stop. That has not changed since Wednesday. And for the curlers, when you have draw times that stay the same, that really helps your confidence.
Okay. And all week, eh?
Well, Mike talked about his rink perhaps not playing their best this week. They've had tough games from 4 or 5 opponents, and just looking at who they played, I can remember Sean Grassi giving them a run. Bob Sigurdsson lost by just a point to them. Vic Peters last night. Garth Smith gave them a tough game, and then of course they lost to McNamee. So that's, they're 6-1. They played 7 games. 5 of the 7 have been difficult.
Well, I love the 2 interviews that Jim Toth did today. I don't know what he's got going on there, but he's able to get really great stuff out of both of the skips, and it was honest. Often you hear teams like, well, we're playing great, and you hear that, and you know what? We heard honesty, you know, from Terry McNamee. You know, who cares about top 3 in the province. I want to be number 1, which is so refreshing. And from Mike McEwen, we've heard people say this is not the same team that's been on the Slam this year, whether they're playing tight or whether they're playing tired. Folks didn't know, but we had seen some great shots from the team, but not the consistency that would have given them that number 1 seed that was deserved given the season they've had. And for Mike to acknowledge, you know, that they're not playing at the top of their game, they're finding ways to win. That's what good teams do, is you find ways to win, and hoping that today's going to be the day that they go back to form.
Back's good. Don't leave it too much of a hole to come through, eh?
I wouldn't boost Jim Toth's ego too much.
You would not.
We don't want to give him the microphone for too long. We may never get it back.
Lots.
Where is it?
Head. Gotta go line.
Hard.
There's that finish. Watch that rock move sideways.
That ever curl.
Did it ever? And part of that can be rotation. If you watch the McEwen team, because they're so used to arena ice, you will see very positive handles, lots of rotation on the stone. On arena ice, that's how you keep consistent. For the McNamee team, not playing in the arena as often, if you have it all a soft release, what happens is it almost starts to straighten out and swoop. It will just sort of walk sideways and float. Now, it's true that you can get rocks to bury, but on this kind of ice with guards, you're not going to get around.
Line's a little tight.
Now, we've talked about Mike McEwen's run to the semifinal. Terry McNamee lost his opening game and then ran off 6 straight victories before losing last night to Jeff Stoughton. 6 wins, 2 losses.
Go!
Among his victories, of course, a win over McEwen and a victory over Vic Petersrink.
Oh, that's a great shot, great brushing.
On ours?
Denny Neufeld.
Like the peel.
Yeah.
BJ, great brushing to get that stone by. It's over buried, top of the house.
Yeah, if we could miss it, we'd probably be okay too.
Whoa.
Jordy Hargraves with impressive numbers early on.
Other one first. Get open. Get over.
Well, they won't be happy with that because he hit the wrong stone. If you hit somewhere towards the middle, at least you have a potential of moving a couple of stones around and opening up the 4-foot area. By hitting the outside one, you didn't change the situation much other than replace it with your own. Terry McNamee still in some trouble here early in 3.
Just for line, Mike. Clean. Makes T-line on its own. Clean. Just for line.
Close. Yep.
Just line.
Hard. Whoa.
Just line.
Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Well, I'll tell you, they have found that spot where it just goes straight sideways. Another great shot over buried.
Just here, push ours in.
Wow. We might jam this one too, eh?
What?
What turn? Yeah, I might be jamming this on ours.
Looking to run their Yellowstone back, Kathy?
Wanting to double off at least 2 off the front, red and yellow preferably.
Shot.
Nice shot.
Oh, wow. What a great shot. Not only opens up the front, but in running it back, makes the double. Talk about a potential game saver. A little fortunate in how he hits that. It wanted to really move the front, but in the process, and lies 2.
Into third stones now. Here's BJ Neufeld. After a tremendous shot from Jordy Hargraves.
Hard. Whoa. Real hard.
Yeah,
Hard. Not killing it. Barely has any weight. Okay.
Well, you heard Mike under his breath, barely had any weight, and he had very, very little weight. And anything underthrown on this ice over curls, so he only caught a very fine piece. Leaves McNamee lying 2 and a chance to hit to lie 3, keeping in mind McNamee throwing yellow has last rock in this third end because of blanking 1 and 2.
Nose is fine.
No.
Whoa!
30.
Sit.
How about?
It's huge for Steve that he stuck around on that shot, and he did.
Normal.
The Croc Hunter.
I guess you roll on top would be better, right?
Yes, but I mean, you roll there, it's not good. You could easily roll over top too.
All right, let's make double.
You want to just make the roll? I like the double.
Okay.
Just throw a normal. Try and hit a quarter or less.
Well, in one shot, things have changed dramatically for Mike McEwen from having 2 buried to facing 3. 2 options. One is you hit and flop on the yellow stone. The other is the double. This is really about eliminating yellow stones in the house.
Hard. Sit. Okay.
Hoping to stick around, does not, but at least removes 2 yellow stones.
Yeah, just top 8.
Yeah. Speed the same yesterday? Okay.
First chance for Steve Irwin to make a draw in this game has been all hitting, mostly because it was wide open in the first. And there was lots of rocks in play by the time he shot in the second.
Can't be deep, boys.
Whoa.
Can't be deep.
Whoa.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Whoa. Got a curl. No, that's all.
Line's good. Line's good.
No.
Whoa. Sit down.
Sit.
Oh.
Sit.
Come on. God.
I didn't see what he had.
Ah, he's lefty too, though.
You think edge of 4, kind of? Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Good comment from BJ, noting the fact that Steve is a lefty. Because he is a lefty, that would be, I'm trying to sit in the hack and throw with my left hand, that would be the out turn as compared to a right-hander's in turn. And stones run very differently. And so that's why they need to take their own ice based on what they feel
Heavy. I mean, if we
will take to get there.
for some reason don't get shot or something wrong.
Well, and you can see, you heard Steve's frustration. Anywhere in front of the tee line, even if he's 8 foot, really puts Mike McEwen in a tough situation. Instead, he's got a chance to draw around the guard and get shot.
Just for weight.
Whoa, guys.
Here's the first of Skip Stones in the third end. No score in our semifinal.
Hard. You gotta go wait.
Really hard.
Jeff Stoughton awaits the winner.
Really hard, guys. Go as far as you can go. As far as you can go. Come on.
Gets by the guard.
Go.
Every reach counts. Go. Great sweep. Jeez, that's heavier there.
Yeah.
Wow. I hopped that.
If I go over there.
She's leaving me out, though, right?
How much deeper did he want that, Catherine?
Well, he would have ideally liked to have been shot, but even if he wasn't shot, if he's managed to get himself to the top of the 4 foot, really makes it a lot tougher for Terry McNamee to deal with.
Fine, though, right? Isn't it? Like, that's, if he misses that by just a hair, then it's...
Okay.
I think this is the shot to go inside.
Okay, well, it's got a tuck then, or you...
Yep.
Well, he does have to be careful in playing this in turn, needs to bury around the red stone. And you heard Terry saying, well, it's got a tuck, meaning if it sticks out, it's the only chance for Mike McEwen to make the double.
Okay, guys, just top 4, ain't no more than that.
You know, if we just tuck a corner around the red.
Well, I know, that leaves him a double. Same as was?
Good confirmation of weight. You heard Mike McEwen say, you know, geez, it's heavier there. And it's certainly possible that there is a path that's a little bit heavy, doesn't slide as far. But for Terry McNamee, wanting to make sure that he doesn't add extra and go deep.
Boys, gotta move a lot.
Just 5. Or 6.
How deep? You passed it? Go then.
No, not past.
Stay well then. Whoa.
This is all about line now.
Hard. Pretty good.
Should curl a little bit.
7/8 open.
Yeah. You good.
Oh. Yeah, we don't want to be anywhere near ours.
Missed it anyway. Okay.
And for Terry McNamee, took a little bit of extra ice to make sure that they did not flirt with that red stone. But unfortunately for him, it didn't finish very hard. And so great chance here for Mike McEwen. And there's Greg, one of 2 ice makers. Well, there's a pack of them, actually, but 2 of the lead ones, Han Futrick and Greg Owasco. 2 of the key.
Yep. Hard, really hard.
That have been here with the ice conditions
really
all week.
Hard. Hard. Really
Last stone for Mike McEwen.
Go.
Wow.
Hey. That's creep, guys.
Mike McEwen needs a huge thank you to his sweepers. Watch how tight he gets by his own. He hits that really thin. This is a draw for 3 for Terry McNamee. He's mad that he didn't have a situation where, in fact, he made the double. It's one of those early opportunities for Mike not taken advantage of. And this is a huge point for Terry McNamee. You've set this end up. Jordy Hargraves got you out of a huge amount of trouble with that peel, tick, bang, double.
No. No, guys. It's heavy.
Is that an official term, Kathy, in the curling vernacular?
Yes, do not try that alone. And it was the peel, the tick, the bang, and the double. And here is your deuce.
Last rock of the third. An open draw for 2 for Terry McNamee, who jumps in front of Mike McEwen. 2-0 to score after 3 ends. Much more curling to come from Beausejour. You're watching the 2011 Safeway Championship live on Shaw TV.
You're in the Northern League now, son. Section F, row 10, seat 2.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes. For more information, visit goldeyes.com.
Safeway Championship Curling on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by Manitoba canola growers. Visit canolarecipes.ca.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Eating Right, uniting flavor and nutrition. Visit SafewayChampionship.ca for more information.
Granny's Poultry proudly supports Safeway Championship Curling. Visit grannys.ca.
Something to say on every play. Sports Select Sports Talk on Shaw TV.
Shaw TV and McNally Robinson present Joanne Kelly's Book Club. Join the conversation of McNally Robinson on the last Tuesday of the month. For more information, contact joanne.kelly@sjrb.ca or call 480-3410.
Our fourth end of play is brought to you by Steinbach Credit Union, a proud supporter of the 2011 Safeway Championship. Mike Beauregard, Kathy Gauthier, Jim Toth back in Beausejour 2-0. Terry McNamee leads top seed Mike McEwen in the semifinal of the Safeway Championship. The winner moves on to face Jeff Stoughton's rink at 1:30 this afternoon in the final. Stoughton's rink, the only undefeated team in this championship with 6 wins and no losses. Jeff looking for his 5th Safeway Championship title in 6 years. That is domination.
It is. He knows how to win. And he's got a great team yet again. Different combinations. I really think that front end really will test anyone, anywhere. That addition of Reed Carruthers to longtime Steve Gould. They sweep well, they throw well. You always look at a former skip in Reed Carruthers because jokes are often made about Skip's abilities to sweep, but he certainly quiets those that would suggest that.
Well, we were wondering why they were still just doing the ice over on sheet A. They were pebbling, and Hans was out there shaving the ice. Jeff Stoughton's rink gets a half-hour of practice this morning.
A little tighter line.
Jim Toth is on top of things.
He's gonna overcurl.
On his 4th coffee of the day already.
Well, and for Jeff and his team, it is great to get to the final, but you need to keep your routine as close as you can to what it's been all week. You're playing 1 or 2 games. You want to make sure that the conditions are similar. And so they will come out and utilize that half an hour to make sure that
it's in the full 8 foot.
Things are the same. Lots of rocks in play already here.
He's pretty good. Just for line. Yeah, we can wait.
Mike McEwen's team has seen a lot more arena ice than Terry's this year.
Line's good.
The McNamee foursome has adjusted well.
Yep.
Of course, Terry, very accomplished mixed player, has played on arena ice before. He's been to the show lots of times. In terms of knowledge of stones and arena conditions, the edge would go to teams like McEwen, Stoughton, Fowler, who have traveled quite a bit, played in some events that are always in arenas. But once you get underway, you start to learn things. It doesn't take you very long. And as I say, for Terry McNamee, having come to the show on many occasions before, it may have been day 1 where the biggest difference was felt, and that was his loss.
No, it's no good. No.
Terry's been to 4 national mixed championships and has come home with 3 medals, a silver medal and 2 bronzes. So he's not only made it there, he's had success.
Fight before.
Well, he's a fierce competitor. You've heard in any of the interviews that Jim has done with him yesterday or today, he doesn't go to an event to show up and see what happens. He goes with a very specific game plan. And when you have that kind of attitude, you're going to win a lot of games by determination alone.
Mike McEwen's team, we've mentioned, has had some tough games this week, and it appears as though this won't be an easy one either. Down 2-0 in the 4th.
Well, some rocks in play, a chance to try to duck behind. Some struggles a little bit with weight early this morning.
Scary though. Got 2 fairly easy runs. The other way. Yeah.
Well, their concern is that with those red stones where they are, options for both ways to run and get rid of the yellow stone belonging to McNamee in the house, and that would leave McEwen lying 2. This is the chess game. Mike McEwen very patient.
We're not short, I don't think. Line's good.
Here's Jordy Hargraves.
Oh, looks like lots. Whoa. How's line? We're okay? Line's good. We're all there. Whoa. Still back?
13-6. It's usually 15 between the hogs. You do not want to be deep.
All right.
Okay. You like this at all?
Do you like going through the guards at all?
Could go here too. Through the guards.
Yeah, like peel, crotch it and carry through.
Might not go through, though.
Well, I don't mind the intern draw again.
I was thinking spilling both these in.
Still going to be 1 and 2, though.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
The run through that he's talking about is when you have rocks that are very, very close to each other like that. If you hit it right in the middle, what happens is you get forward momentum. The 2 yellows would pop, and the red one can go straight through. And if it goes straight through, you can see it will go onto red, onto yellow.
I don't think so.
Just a hair lower.
I think you just wanted to hit right in the middle.
The other objective here is to clear that front out a little bit.
Here's Matt Wozniak. This will be interesting to watch, Kathy.
No. Okay.
And that was one of Mike's concerns, is if you don't hit it absolutely perfect, you leave a guard, but it's your own.
Yeah. Nice.
What do I need? Half?
Half's good, yeah.
Okay.
This was the option that Mike McEwen was thinking about first, which was to tap half of that stone and roll that other one in, get some separation. Terry McNamee knows that. Great chance for him to get rid of both.
Into third stones now. Steve Irwin. Spills both yellow rocks.
Throws that big weight shot very well.
Right here.
Key line?
No. Back 4.
Back 4?
Yep. Just get an angle on this. And come with the out if you want. Same difference.
I like the intern.
I like the out.
I do love the discussion. You know, we see so often in juniors where there's this whole philosophy that the skip owns everything, and I love at this level where it really is about the person in the hack, talking about shots. Everybody on the team has a valid contribution to make to how the end plays out. At the end of the day, you heard that Mike's comfort level was higher with this, and so that's the angle, and that's the turn that he chose.
Just weld it, Denny. Whoa, man.
This is a team sport.
Pistol.
They play the out and the freeze.
Throw it. Lots of room.
5, 7,
Yep.
Hard.
8,
Gotta go. 7, 8.
Gotta go.
8, 9.
Come on.
7.
This one's coming over, Kathy.
It sure is on the front.
Okay.
Double? No.
You don't have to kill the 5. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
just got to get inside.
You got to be real tight.
Well, there's nothing else to play. I think you play with half.
Okay.
You don't have to kill either one of these. Just got to move them.
Gotta get him on the 8 foot though, right?
Wow.
I think
I'm not too
bumper,
concerned
Mike.
about that.
I think you got to throw bumper.
No, just hack. All you have to do is move this here. It might benefit us that staying there if he ever makes freeze come off it. Hack, wait.
Well, you can see the discussion, which was great. It's not important that those yellow stones go away. Mike McEwen has last rock. What he wants to make sure is he doesn't leave those stones there for the McNamee team to tap back. So in the process of doing this, he's going to leave his shooter there. He wants to tap those yellow stones to the wings. And so there is no tap to the 4 foot. The fact that they're still in the house doesn't bother him at all.
Really hard.
Hard!
Hard.
Hard!
Whoa. No.
Whoa.
No, no.
Whoa, it's good. Just kick it out. It's good. It's good.
Well, you gotta get here then, right?
Yeah, bang.
Well, there's the team that is looking on to find out who they will play this afternoon. Steve, Reed, Jeff, and John. New version of the Bingos. Maybe the Beatles.
Probably that shooter sticks.
Oh, I don't think so if he's playing weight. Well, you gotta go there.
She guards fine. Looks like he's coming in. I guess he could play the slash, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I don't think you want to guard that 5 at all, Steve. He was questioning whether they would just guard the shot stone. Mike McEwen's got that angle on the out-turn side, red onto yellow. Could give up 3 for Terry McNamee. Needs to get another stone in if he can lock it on that back one.
Yeah.
Coming up on Shaw TV, we profile one young Canuck who's making a difference in Uganda. Snow Seekers head to Silver Star, and on Buzz, we have more with Don Felder.
Local, 24/7. News, events, connected, current, information, personalities, entertainment, sports, interviews, weather, only on Shaw TV.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this weekend edition of Shaw TV. I'm Angelica Gavrinsky. A researcher at the University of Alberta is making strides when it comes to new Alzheimer's.
That's it, right? Thick half.
And it was really important to lock that stone on. Otherwise, you can see that the double is there for Mike McEwen. A couple inches from being great.
Ooh. Geez, you could borderline almost stick your shooter. I mean, I don't know if it's worth the risk, but
we got to make this.
He just plays this again.
If we don't make it, then...
Okay, yeah, this is fine.
I mean, I'd have to throw...
You throw normal.
Yeah, but even if I stick the shooter, I'm not out counting that back one.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine, Mike. This is feel.
Just make that draw again.
Yeah, thick half. Right here. Mike?
Now, BJ wondering if you could play more normal weight and stick the shooter around, but as Mike rightly points out, you're not going to out-count the one at the back anyway, so they need to make these 2 go away.
Make this, we'll have a chance for 3. If he doesn't make his awesome, real good.
Gosh, Mike's doing your job for you, Kathy. Yeah.
Well, and who better to hear it from? And that's great communication with his front end.
Yep.
Real positive.
He has last rock on this end. This is his first stone, looking to spill 2 yellow rocks.
Attaboy.
Nice shot.
You gotta make it.
Well, he talked about if he makes this shot, he might get 3. Makes this absolutely perfect. There's no chance that that shooter is going to stick around with the weight and the angle that you have to hit this. But as he's saying, if Terry McNamee doesn't make this perfect, if he gives him an out at all, set it up for himself to get a chance for 3.
Well, we've seen it the last few ends, but it's amazing how one good shot can change the complexion of an end.
Huge. That's for sure at this level, because that one shot is usually moving multiple rocks. And the situation change.
Last stone for Terry McNamee.
Yep. Hard! Come on, get in here, boys. Line's real good. Hard, right up. Okay, switch, 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 go.
Switch meaning they want more curl to it, so the sweeper beside is going to try to take that right back.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the frustration evident on BJ, but you need to remember that you always should expect that your opponent's going to make the shot. And that was made so well that this really is a draw for 1 only. No way to get multiple points. What you can't see on your screen is that there is a guard right in front, so there is no play to run that red straight back and pick yellow. Very important draw for Mike McEwen.
Mine's okay. Mine's good.
Wait only.
Needs 4 foot.
It's It's really going sideways.
No, line's fine. Sit. Shot.
Nice weight.
And it hangs around. Mike McEwen is forced to take one here in the fourth end. Terry McNamee still has the lead. 2-1 heading for the fifth. We're back with more of the Safeway Championship from Beausejour right after this.
Come on, Goldie, really put your hips into it.
The Winnipeg Gold Eyes. For more information, visit goldeyes.com.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Email Direct. For more information, visit safewaychampionship.ca.
Safeway Championship Curling on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by Manitoba canola growers. Visit canolarecipes.ca.
Granny's Poultry proudly supports Safeway Championship Curling. Visit grannies.ca.
Now playing on Shaw Video On Demand.
I need to do something substantial in order to get the attention of the clubs. Why? Because they're exclusive and fun, and they lead to a better life.
People want to go on the internet and check out their friends, so why not build a website that offers that friends, pictures, profiles?
I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online.
The site got 2,200 hits within 2 hours.
22,000.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Eating Right, uniting flavor and nutrition. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Welcome back to Beausejour. Our fifth end of play is brought to you by Geldwin Windows and Doors, a proud sponsor of Manitoba Curling. 2-1 is the score. Terry McNamee leads Mike McEwen.
Fish up.
Terry picked up 2 in the third end after Mike missed a double. Allowed Terry to draw for his deuce, and Mike was forced to take one in the fourth. And the Jeff Stoughton rink is now on the ice, practicing on sheet A. They await the winner. Jeff 6-0 in this championship, looking for an unprecedented 9th Safeway Championship title.
How's line? Only if we need to.
Well, and going back to that last end, the frustration evident even at the break with the McEwen team, and what they need to do is just keep doing the same thing they're doing. They were all over McNamee in that last end, had some really great chances, but McNamee on his last stone made a perfect freeze, which negated the other stones that were in the house. Mike draws for one, but there's lots of game to go. We're only in the fifth end, down 1, and what is really good for Mike McEwen and his team is that they really played well last end. They're putting the stones in the right spot, need to be patient, and for Terry McNamee, they are going about doing the right things. They're making the shots when they count, and Terry is the secret weapon, has been all week at making the big shot when it counts.
Just for line.
It's tight. Try to put an edge on it. Come on, go, 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 go. Good.
And you really need to make the shots against the elite teams. You know, we had a couple of games earlier in the week where some guys were mission shots, but these guys are curling at 90%.
Well, they are, and on that last shot, Mike McEwen said as he sat in the hack for his first one, you know, if I make this, if he doesn't make it perfect, we've got a shot for 3, and of course they did. They were lying 2 when McNamee goes to shoot. If he doesn't get the movement, or if it ticks and rolls off, there's a shot for 3. So when you make a mistake today, you're not giving up 1, you're giving up 2s, 3s, and that's why we've seen 5s and 4s on the board this week. When you make a mistake, it can really hurt you.
All right.
Ease it.
They just roll on top.
Well, even in our game last night, we flashed up a stat at some point at the halfway point, sixth end, when Terry was playing Jeff, and Jeff's team was curling at 93, 94, 95% as a whole.
Jeff scored at 97% as an individual last night.
Throw hack, Matt.
Just hack.
Hard.
We hope you're enjoying our coverage across Western Canada of the Manitoba Men's Provincial Championship, the Safeway Championship. We started with 32 teams. On Wednesday, we are down to 3. This is the semifinal. Winner moves on to play in the final at 1:30. Another game we'll have on Shaw. They will face Jeff Stoughton and his rink from the Charleswood Curling Club.
All right.
Well, that last rock over curled, but it turned out pretty well for the McEwen team. Left his shooter right in front of the McNamee stone.
Whoa.
Okay. At this point, it is the McNamee team outscoring their opponents. McNamee's team scored at 90% as a team. McEwen at 83%.
When do you guard?
Guard our red one.
Yeah, which one?
This one.
He could make this skinny. He'll probably play it. I mean, it should jam here. Hey, guard this. Yeah.
I think he might just hit and roll away. Light 2. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's halfway.
Just halfway.
It's good. Weight's fine. It's halfway. I think we gotta go here.
Not over curling. You gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta be tighter. Come on. Hard, 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 hard. Right up, right up, right up, right up, right up, right up, right up.
Shot.
Okay. Not bad.
Well, good line. The problem with that guard is that it is so very long, and on ice that curls so much, it's not an issue to get to the face of that stone.
Little up. Whoa, firm.
Here's Jordy Hargraves. A reminder to stay tuned for our 5th end break. Jim Toth, we're going to put him to work. He will have interviews with both skips. A closely contested game.
Okay.
Well curled.
Really like this. This will pop here.
You can see the nose hit for sure. The yellow stone goes. And your shooter may be
roll off this yellow one.
protected.
Not particularly. Nope. Okay. This is a shot. Control.
Kind of wave.
Control.
Control it.
No, whoa.
Yep.
Into third stones now. The first for BJ Neufeld.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Roll it, Denny. Yeah, hard. Go, go, go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. That's pretty good. Real good.
That is very good.
I think nose is pretty good, Steve.
Okay.
Normal. Wall off.
No.
Hard, hard. Hard, hard. Hard, boy.
Same way.
Huh?
Easy.
Not gonna leave him a slash double, are we?
Not if we roll. Wow. Depends where we roll. What do you think of that?
Like drawing there. Well,
their option is playing high.
Calling him down.
This is the best shot if you make it.
Better to have a discussion face-to-face than one end of the rink to the other.
Just get to here with high. You might not kill this. You actually throw like, well, yeah, you need solid high.
Yeah, rolls no good.
You can nose it.
When we nose it, I think he'll probably just nose it back, right?
I'll be right here.
Don Askin with the red hair on the right. Partner of Mike McEwen, a member of Jennifer Jones's team. Finding it probably harder to watch than to play.
Sure.
It is.
Yeah, it's risky. But...
There she is with the scarf.
I don't mind nosing that for now, I think.
Big week ahead. They'll leave
What do you
Wednesday.
think?
Head to PEI for the Canadian Scotties as defending champions.
Yeah, just easy. You like this? Just nosing it? Roll's no good. Roll's awful. We nose. I think he'll probably nose.
Definitely don't want to flop this way. This will be out counting us.
Yeah.
We have to be nose or right there.
This whole discussion has been about what do you leave, and the initial call was the roll, but if you roll on this one, you group your stones, and without last rock, if Terry McNamee makes a good shot, you're going to be giving up 2s and 3s, so they want to keep some separation, eliminate a yellow, try to keep the force on.
So they nose hit the yellow, easily the most time they've taken to liberate a shot.
What's a shot? They already touched that over, right?
So give me double then. They're line 2, right?
Well, he's got to make it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying he'll be line 2, right? Yeah, because that's jamming anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to roll just dead in front of it? Leave him the roll?
Well, just here, yeah.
Then he can, okay.
They referred to jamming it. They looked at playing that double, hitting the one that was just removed by BJ and rolling across. But you can see that where the Yellowstone is, if you make any attempt at the double, you're just going to jam on that Yellowstone anyways. And so it is about eliminating this stone and staying right there. You can do that for sure and not make that other Yellowstone go away.
Last of the third stones now.
Yep. Whoa! Hard! Hard! Come on! Hard! Right up!
Bye-bye. No shot.
Nicely done.
Make it. Yeah.
Control. Now we're seeing the Stoughton foursome. Kathy, practicing on sheet A. What do you do with your half hour? What's a curling practice like?
Well, what you would do is you would typically give your players an opportunity to throw some hits. You see Johnny coming out because lots of times he's going to be playing runbacks. You'd also be throwing draws, not because they're going to be on that sheet, not because they're going to be using those rocks, but you just want to reaffirm in your own mind that the draw times are the same, and that's why the ice crew conditioned that ice so that they would have a sense of what it would be like today, which is the same as every other day. So you do a little bit of hits, you do a little bit of draws. For Steve Gould, wouldn't be playing a whole ton of hits because as the lead, he's more often than not throwing tight guards, throwing it into the forefoot.
Can you grab my broom, Danny?
So you set up a few hits in different scenarios.
And it's keeping your muscles loose. It's keeping you in the building, in the whole frame that you've been in since you got here on Tuesday.
Normal, just a touchdown.
First of skip stones for Mike McEwen.
Whoa, right off.
Terry McNamee has the hammer in the 5th and a 2-1 lead.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep.
It's the double and the roll. Lovely shot. Well done. Really had to get tight to that guard to make that inside roll, and the double, they get by. Great controlled weight.
And another one of those shots that changes the look of an end.
It does for sure. But for Terry McNamee, because those stones are in the 12-foot, he's not going to start hitting at those things.
No, just above the tee, yeah.
If he can make a great draw here, may find a way to score a deuce yet. Haven't seen a lot of this out-turn yet today. Most of the play has been on the in-turn side.
Just pull forward, guys. Yep, hard. Hard! Come on! Hard! Hard! Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, boy.
Very nice again. You can see that stone is buried.
I mean, I can move it out of the rings.
Well, I like moving it out of the rings if you like that.
We could just freeze top and probably a good chance to steal, but
you put it right here.
Yeah. Any bounce though. I mean, I can move that the way it comes in there.
It's whatever you like. I don't.
You like moving this? We could just weld it. We got to move it though. Yeah. I don't mind moving it right out.
Right out?
Yeah.
The hair over there.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
That guard's not really in play.
Guard's not in play.
And that goes back to the comment that we made earlier in this end. Because that guard was so long and the ice curls so much.
A light hack.
Okay.
Really will walk. The key will be actually getting by the red stone that is in the 12, biting the 8-foot.
Guard's not in play.
No, if you hit the guard, you're probably missing the yellow stone on the other side anyways.
There you should draw.
Nope.
Chance to steal.
There's doubt. Not a good thing to have in the hack.
Yeah, just a touch, yeah.
You like the freeze?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
No, good call. He's going back down. I think this is the call for sure, Mike.
Just move him an inch or two.
You come down in front of that, even if you're not shot.
Even if you're frozen right here, you're probably shot rock.
Yeah.
Sure you are. And how does he get his deuce?
And I don't think he'll be able to score.
I was thinking right there.
Denny, if he leans sideways.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Looking on, he's definitely supportive, and I think that if they had called a timeout, this would have been the kind of call that Chris would have made.
Yeah, if I get a good angle, we'll be shot, so. Should be good speed here.
It's all about throwing it to your brushers.
Mine's okay.
They're very, very capable.
Why are we sweeping?
Real close.
Final stone for Mike in the 5th.
Mine's perfect.
Curling 84% through 4 ends.
Really good.
Room.
Weld it. Weld it. Weld it.
Room.
Weld it. Yes. Line's good. Weld it. Go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
Lovely shot.
I think it's red, isn't it?
I think so.
It's hard to tell.
Can you get, you can't get inside that, you know.
It's all we got anyway, Steve.
I'm just saying, if we got shot, you don't want to touch it, right?
Well, I don't think we are we? No, it's close.
I know it's closer than you first look at it.
Exactly. Immediately think red, but because red is a more dominant color, often the eye will play that.
I thought red at first, but then you look at it closer
and our camera isn't directly over.
Look at it again.
The button.
Well, and Steve's comment is really good. If you are shot, you don't want to play this too cute and touch it.
That's why I'm afraid to tap it in now.
What can he do here, Ken?
Well, he's taking enough ice that he can, if he just gets by that red one on the right-hand side, hoping to get to the bigger part of the button that still is available. The risk, of course, is touching the red, but this is the only way to score 2, maybe, and maybe even 1.
Whoa, line. Line's pretty good. T-line, guys. Easy if you can. Whoa.
Last rock in the 5th. Terry McNamee drawing.
Yeah. Okay.
And it won't get there.
Well, they, you know, in fairness to the sweepers, they weren't in a position to sweep because of the line. They had to wait on it. And so you can expect that we'll see a measuring stick come out on these two.
Yeah, we need to be on it.
If it's red, it'll be a steal of 1 for Mike McEwen.
Well,
that's a great shot by Mike. For sure the right call. Even if he's not shot here, you forced your opponent into a really tough situation to try to score a deuce.
Same weight.
Yeah. I'm still thinking red, but it's a little closer.
Don Campbell, the head official here in Beausejour for this year's championship. Just touching the stick around so you don't put any pressure on it. Red it is.
So a steal of 1 for Mike McEwen ties this game. 2-2 after 4 ends of play. Jim Toth is standing by downstairs. He'll talk to our skips momentarily. Terry McNamee giving Mike McEwen all he can handle, and he's standing by right now with Jim.
Said that you're giving Mike McEwen all he can handle, and maybe Mike McEwen's giving all you can handle here?
Yeah, you know, like I said before, we've always had close games, and, you know, we're tied up 2-all after 5 this time, so the last 5 ends are going to be very interesting.
Obviously a big decision in that last shot, but really no decision at all. All you could do, so close.
Yeah, we thought they had shot rock, and they did, but I just rubbed the guard going in, or I had to wait, so.
You have the hammer once again. Does the philosophy change heading into the 6th?
Oh, no, I don't think so. You want to score a deuce, say, on 6 or 7, to get the lead again, and we'll see what happens.
Terry, thanks for this. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Terry McNamee, who just gave up a steal of 1 to Mike McEwen, and we'll bring Mike in right now. And I guess I'll just ask you to be honest. Did you think you had it there?
You know, it looked like a tie to me. It was that close. So, yeah, I wasn't sure.
This is a battle back and forth, obviously. A game of inches, as we just saw. But how important was that steal to tie it?
It's a huge momentum shift because we were, you know, we're going to have to turn around at some point to tie it. So, you know, to do it by the 5th end makes it at least hopefully an even playing field going forward in the last half.
Terry has a hammer. Same question for you. Does the philosophy change now heading into the 6th at all, or is it the same as the start of this game?
Maybe not the same as the start. Like 6th end, he's probably going to want to try and go, you know, fairly aggressive for a 2, and you know, we'll try and if we can get a force and turn the hammer around quickly, hopefully we can snatch the lead at some point going forward.
Great. Thanks for this, Mike. Good luck.
Thanks very much, Jim.
Mike McEwen, who stole one there at the bottom of the 5th to tie this game up at 2 apiece. You're watching the 2011 Safeway Championship live from Beausejour, Manitoba. This 5th end break is brought to you by Pepsi.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Eating Right, uniting flavor and nutrition. Visit SafewayChampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Championship Curling on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by Manitoba canola growers. Visit canolarecipes.ca.
Granny's Poultry proudly supports Safeway Championship Curling. Visit grannys.ca.
3 years ago, I had a car accident. I suffered an incomplete spinal cord injury. Was going to do a backflip snowboarding, and I landed straight upside down on my head, shattering my vertebrae in my neck. Wheelchair basketball has opened up doors for me with national teams, possibilities for school abroad in the States. I love the contact of the sport. I love the team playing. I would recommend Manitoba Wheelchair Sports to anyone. It's a lot of fun, and it's a good workout too.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Email Direct. For more information, visit SafewayChampionship.ca.
And welcome back to Beausejour once again. Mike McEwen and Terry McNamee are tied at 2 apiece as we head towards the 6th end. Before we do, though, Cindy Maddox joins me, president of Curl Manitoba. How are you enjoying this event? Good to be president.
Oh, it's been a great year. The event's been wonderful. Beausejour has just welcomed us with open arms, and they've done a great job organizing it. The crowds have been great. Ice is wonderful. You can never not have great ice when you don't have Hans here, so it's just been great.
It's always a good year for curling because it's Manitoba, and we know people love it. But overall, how has the season been this year? It seems like the sport's growing and everything's just going really good.
Absolutely. Manitoba just embraces the sport of curling, and there's a lot of interest. A lot of people are watching this game, I know, and I just can't say enough about the year, and it's been wonderful.
Okay, Cindy, well, we thank you for this, and we'll let you get back to your seat. I know we have a good one here.
Thank you.
Cindy Maddox is the president of Curl Manitoba. Guys, 2-2 between Terry McNamee and Mike McEwen. Back to Mike and Kathy.
Thank you, Jim. Job well done for a guy who was out most of the night. Our 6th end is brought to you by Tim Hortons, a proud supporter of the Safeway Championship. Kathy, 2-2 through 5 ends. They're not giving away points. You get the impression that maybe one mistake or one great shot is going to make the difference here.
Well, it's probably going to come down to that when we look at the stats overall. The team's within a couple of percentages, and when you get within 5 of your opponent, we really call it a tie, and only at the 2nd position is the advantage absolutely in McNamee's court. And so very even. Huge shot by Mike McEwen. I absolutely agree with his comments. It is a momentum switch. It says, you know, we're tied up, they don't have last rock, but it really put pressure on Terry McNamee. They got that point. That's one of those moments in a game that can really, really turn things around. Terry McNamee needs to have a great 6th end.
Jim?
I hate to interrupt you guys. I just want to emphasize the point that I was out late to make sure that you got home, Mike. So Kathy was back at the hotel at 10 o'clock, and I dragged you out of there. Well, we'll just say I got you out of there. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome.
I like the dragging part. I'm sorry I missed that.
I saw Terry McNamee last night. He wasn't in his room at 10 o'clock, let me tell you.
Well, it is great to enjoy. You can be in there and visiting with your colleagues and friends without overindulging. Well, and a great game this morning. You see the time difference on the clock. That is pretty substantial difference between the two. You always want to be around 35, 36 minutes at the half. So neither team really in any trouble at this point. They still have their timeouts, but there is, and it was hard to tell who had the 41, who had the 34, but whoever's at the 34 mark really needs to make sure that they have somebody out there watching the clock, because we've seen it be an issue already this week.
I would think that would be the McEwen rink. They've taken quite a bit of time on a couple of shots. Yeah. We hope you're enjoying our semifinal. The winner of this match, as we look at the clocks, advances to the final this afternoon to play Jeff Stoughton.
And you're right, it was definitely the red numbers on the right-hand side. Red, of course, belonging to the McEwen team.
McEwen and his rink defeated Vic Peters last night in a barn burner in an extra end to advance. McNamee lost in the 1-versus-1 playoff to Jeff Stoughton, trying to get a rematch with Stoughton's rink this afternoon if he can get by McEwen.
That'll work.
Of course, the winner of it all advances to the Brier in March in London, Ontario. And it's been a while since Manitoba has won a Brier.
And we've sure come darn close, losing the final not that long ago. That, of course, was Jeff Stoughton, losing the final to Kevin Martin. A game that really was broken open in the fourth. Just a bit of a tick and a roll off on one of Jeff's shots, and it was a 3-point going up on the board for Kevin Martin. And you really don't want to give up a 3 to that team. They just sort of run you out of rocks, regardless of what the end is.
Jeff's rink hasn't had much success against Martin, but they beat them recently.
No one has much success against Martin other than David Murdoch. It was a very, very strong team.
Yeah, just rely on Mike.
There is a philosophy that you really want to score in 6 and 8. It's great to have last rock in those even ends because, of course, you think towards the 10th, and you heard Mike refer to that, thinking that Terry would be going very hard for a deuce here in 6. For Mike McEwen, really wants to build on the momentum of the last end. I think ideally Mike would have loved if that had not happened at the 5th end break, that they could have gone right back at it. Momentum is a huge, huge thing, and you see it on curling situations all the time. It's only 1 point, but it can make a huge difference to team momentum. They're moving faster out there, the McEwen team is.
Whoa, line's good. Whoa. Just freeze it. Hard. Hard. Gotta go. Hard, hard, hard.
Wanted to sort of stay a little bit out to your left as you look at that, to keep the angles such that if they play yellow onto red, they would miss the yellow stone behind it.
Back 4, that's not the end of the world.
Button, back button.
Yeah.
Well, it is a little cooler in the building today, Kathy.
Definitely.
Have you seen any difference in the ice at all?
Not particularly. Often when it's colder inside, you'll see the ice conditions, it'll be a little bit quicker and rocks will slide a little bit further, but the times are holding up.
That's good. Just line.
Again, that's a great tribute to Greg Owasco, Hans Vutrick. I've seen Eric Monfort here this week.
Go, 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 go.
Really lots of ice makers from around this Eastman area coming to help and to work with those gentlemen and learn about arena ice.
Just through those.
And they keep things very consistent.
Some of the best in the business.
Truly.
Good weight.
Almost half.
I'm sure when you first broke in, you played on perhaps some
careful
bad ice surfaces in arenas.
I know where you were going with
I mean,
that.
it's a science that keeps evolving.
Well, it is, and also, you know, the associations involved don't make the mistakes that they used to. The first in 1992 in Halifax, they set off black powder muskets inside the arena during the opening ceremonies, and so you had powder all over the ice. And of course, you can imagine if your rock hit any of that, it came to a screeching halt, and they had to scrape the ice down. So there are, and ice crews, of course, go nuts when stuff like that happens. And so over the years, the ice team really has played a bigger role in what goes on during opening ceremonies. And they keep them more simple now, realizing that the best show that you can produce is one that gives the curlers good ice. And so you don't want to jeopardize that.
Just another story to go into the book, Kathy.
Yes.
Bummer.
I didn't date you there. I just said when you broke in.
I'm just thinking if you talk about going with horse and buggy and my own rocks, you're done.
I usually use the stagecoach joke to refer to myself.
We're close?
Of course, I have to tell that joke to an older crowd because you just get that blank stare from the younger generation.
Really, really wanted to stick around on that and force Mike McEwen to have to deal with that stone to the wings. And it is, ironically enough, Jordy Hargraves, who was out shooting his opponent by 12% at the second position.
Same ice as Matt?
Yeah.
I think here's a hook in.
Chance for the McEwen team to get around those rocks and get in there.
We've only had one deuce in this game in the third end.
Line's fine, line's fine.
Terry drew for 2.
Don't look at it.
Well, BJ thought it picked out of his hand. It's certainly not showing that.
Gotta make him throw at it. Jeez. All right.
Just overthrown.
All right. It feels funny in my hand when I let go. It felt funny in my hand when I let go.
Sometimes when you feel something under the rock, you can. It doesn't slide as smoothly, and so the tendency is to want to try to spin it a little bit or push it, because sometimes that can unlock the debris. And I think in the process of doing that, BJ maybe just gave it that little bit extra. And probably got the debris out because it ran pretty true, but just heavy.
Okay. So we got to be T-line instead of
just T-line or just back T?
Yeah.
Well, some great numbers for Steve today. At 90% is certainly keeping pace with his counterpart. In fact, out shooting him by 2%, which again we consider pretty even.
Not happy with this offering.
No, just here. No, easy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. How about?
I'm not sure why he was mad out of his hand.
Are they second shot for sure?
Are we still second shot? Huh? They're 1-2.
Okay.
Not at all. Hey, you do this.
Yeah, I like that.
I think you have to. With Outlast Rock, if you play that draw and it doesn't work out for you, you bring the 3 spot back into it. If you make the hit and roll, you may be in great shape, and at a minimum, you get rid of second shot stone.
It's flashing it.
Last motion was out.
I don't know what to do. Oh, yeah.
Makes it go away.
Definitely need less. Because it'll be a lot quicker now.
Final stone for Steve Irwin.
Well, he's got a buffalo on his hat or a bison on his hat. I'm sure he would like one on his back.
Oh, line's good, line's good.
Later today.
Yep. Yeah, T-line or neighbor.
Steve won a provincial Dominion title last year as a skip.
Come on. Get her back there. Hard, right up. Hard. Go. Come on.
I really want this back deep to take away a hit and a roll for shot.
Take it.
You can see that if it's back about another 6 or 8 inches, any roll would be at the back of the forefoot, which would allow Terry to follow it down. It's the roll that Mike McEwen is looking for.
Well, based on what we've seen from Steve this week, it may not be long before we see him skipping a team here.
May very well, although he works really well with Terry McNamee.
We'll get that. Yeah.
They've been together 5 years.
The end for mine. Good bumper. Yep.
McNamee has the hammer.
Close.
As we're into skip stones here in the 6th. Real good game.
Whoa, whoa.
Yep.
Low scoring with lots of rocks in play.
Whoa. 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 Go, Matty. Go, go, go. Whoa, whoa.
Wow, that was a great shot.
They nudged that yellow stone.
I think it was a little more this way.
Okay, sure.
Just another inch, Denny. No.
Whoa.
Of course, that is not up. He can put it wherever he wants, quite frankly. He puts it back because he's the non-offending skip.
Yes, that's where it was.
We might need that.
Well, I know it was lined up maybe to just go by.
Yeah, I know, Mike.
Touch it.
We might need that room, Mikey.
You might.
Yeah.
Oh, you figure it doesn't help.
Well, watch the motion on the stone here. So it's a foot that actually makes contact with it. It's a stationary stone.
Yeah, it's Matt's foot right here.
As he goes across, he kicks it. You see it moves ever so slightly. And so in that case, the stone is put back to where the team feels that it would have been, but it is not the offending team that makes the call. It is the non-offending team, so Terry McNamee, that would have the right to move that stone back. So in any dispute, now, obviously, he's not going to just put it on the button because this is a gentleman's sport and the officials would have an issue with it. But in terms of them clunking it back and forth, the final clunk went to Terry McNamee. A great roll by Mike McEwen for Terry McNamee, trying to get down to it. It does move a lot.
Line should be okay. Where's the weight? 7. Okay. Don't got much line. Not right to it. 8. Not right to it. Yeah, gotta go. Hard. Hard! Hard! Hard, 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 hard. Touch it. Go, 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 go.
A bit of a miscue on weight call. They'd indicated it was an 8, which would be where the red stone is.
Go back line.
If we guard, do you think he can... Gotta hit this for 2. Right here. Would he even have a shot?
Well, you can't be too far over. You can't leave them in this hole. You got to guard the yellow.
I can make this. It's dangerous.
Does it give him a double for 2?
No.
You have to flip it in a little, don't you?
Well, like to make it, I'll be covered anyways. So he'd have to put a slash double for one.
He missed that guard by a lot.
Yeah, the guard's not really in play. I think so. Let's make it.
Just to here. Okay.
Well, Mike's absolutely right. Terry McNamee did miss that guard by a lot. It probably went by 3 feet. It was almost at the end that there is that little bit of a motion in and almost all of it exposed. He needs to get to the inside so he doesn't flirt with his own stone at the back of the 4.
Don't make it, it's real bad. God, I think I'm gonna be close though.
Let's make it. Back line. Back line.
Back line?
Guess you got to clear your head in a situation like this, huh? Think positive things.
Well, you do. In fact, I'm kind of surprised by his comment as he sat in the hack and said, if I don't make it, it's real bad. That's not something that you would want playing in your head. Now, he did finish it with a let's make it.
Whoa! Whoa! Off! Off! Right off.
Goes.
Off, off, off. Come on. Cut! Cut! Go, 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 go! think curl's quite enough.
Or do you want to go a little less?
The double
Probably
is
high?
still there.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. You still have to hit it high.
Yeah, I think bumper.
Okay, you just have to move these into the 8-foot, right?
So you like hack?
Well,
hack the
bump?
bump?
Yeah, bump. It'll come up there.
Oh, it will so, yeah.
Bumper weight's probably the better choice than hack. Hack starts to really move hard. And you heard the great comment by Steve.
Hack, eh?
It's not important that these two red stones go out of the house. It's just important that they get out of the 4-foot to bring that yellow stone and the 8-foot into play.
You want more then?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the easy weight double. Potential is for 2.
He's made these kind of shots, Kathy, to this point. Last rock of the 6th end. Terry McNamee facing 2.
Off.
Come up. One red.
Off.
Now that was an overcalled stone. They needed to let that go. A little bit of panic. Big steal.
Terry McNamee gives up another steal. Consecutive steals by Mike McEwen. He takes a 3-2 lead heading for the 7th. You're watching the Safeway Championship live from Beausejour, Manitoba on Shaw TV.
Granny's Poultry proudly supports Safeway Championship Curling. Visit grannies.ca.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Eating Right, uniting flavor and nutrition. Visit SafewayChampionship.ca for more information.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Safeway Championship Curling on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by Manitoba canola growers. Visit canolarecipes.ca.
WHL Hockey is live on Shaw. Watch Friday, February 11th, when the Chilliwack Bruins look to take a bite out of the Okanagan when they visit the Kelowna Rockets. WHL Hockey, only on Shaw.
This is Harvey. He was left alone, tied to a pole outside of the Winnipeg Humane Society. This is Harvey now. He was adopted and now enjoys life with a family that adores him. Watch the IAMS 1001 Donations Telethon live on Shaw TV March 20th and give another pet a chance to be as happy as Harvey.
Our 7th end is brought to you by McMunn and Yates Building Supplies, a proud supporter of the Safeway Championship. Mike Beauregard, Kathy Gauthier, Jim Toth in Beausejour. Back-to-back steals by Mike McEwen have given him a 3-2 lead on Terry McNamee in our semifinal. Playing the 7th end, the winner will move on to the final and not have much turnaround time to face Jeff Stoughton. His rink has only played 6 games, and they're likely hot tubbing it right now, Kathy, after their brief practice.
Well, they're probably going out for lunch. That's the real advantage of finishing in first. You have a little bit of a light practice. You go and eat. You have a chance to digest your food. It will be pretty much back-to-back for the winner of this, but I can guarantee you that they don't care. You're coming off a win. You're playing in a provincial final. The fact that you don't have 3 hours off really won't mean a whole lot to them.
Well, they're kind of used to this, but they've played an awful lot of games.
Yes.
If you look at McNamee's team, you know, going through the B side, but you're right, I guess they'd be running on fumes, but there's lots of adrenaline there.
Well,
there's still the chance for a mental error here and there, though. You know, when you're tired. And
I think it's there.
For sure, and that's where, you know, being in shape really helps, because the one thing that we know is that one of the first things to go is that your brain starts to shut down when you get really physically tired. And so if you're able to stay in great shape in something like this, you're locked in for the entire game.
Good shot. It's not balanced.
There's the time left on the clock. That's red, belonging to Mike McEwen. Almost 26 minutes. Considerably more for Terry McNamee. There has definitely been less discussion between Steve and Terry. Game plan quite laid out in advance.
Whoa, looks hot again. Whoa, looks hot.
And of course, we talk over the years about a movement towards what the slam does, which is that the time clocks in the slam actually only record your discussion time. They don't record the time that your rock runs, as currently the MCA and the CCA do. And the reason I like that is that as conditions get better, ice times are faster. So if you're in a situation where you're playing a lot of draws, your clock is going to run down much faster than if you're playing hits. And, you know, it's contradictory. On one hand, we want the players to keep the game moving along, so we keep tightening the timelines and tightening the timeouts, and yet on the other hand, the ice conditions are such that we want them to play the draw. We want them to use the free guard zone.
Here's Matt Wozniak curling 79%.
Makes the run back, makes that one yellow go away. Mike's not concerned about the stone at the back at this point.
Little inside flop.
Just for those.
Through 6 ends, Terry McNamee is curling 83% compared to 90% for Mike McEwen. Those are individual stats. The skips. 90% to 83. A 1-point lead in the 7th.
Well, and more interesting than that, and thanks to Terrence Kirkness, our stats person this morning, is what is more significant is that Terry McNamee's numbers are trending down. They started at 100s and 90s and 80s, and now at 83, where Mike McEwen, it was, you know, down to 79, but then has been ramping to 84, 88, and 90. And so what you're seeing is that all-important momentum that we talked about with that steal in 5. It is a huge confident booster, not only to steal the point, but because Mike made such a great shot.
Shot.
Well, whomever gets out of this province will be battle tested after this week.
Yeah.
For sure, all across the country, with very few exceptions. This is the weekend that provinces will declare who will move on to London and the Brier.
Some already have. Brad Gushu's in.
Whoa.
James Grattan.
You roll in front of the other?
All right, rolling out.
Okay. Some great numbers for Jordy early, but rolling out in the last end, and this end takes some of the pressure off the McEwen team.
I like freezing it. Speed's good here.
Gotta go for weight, Mike.
Go then. Mine's really. Whoa, easy. Looks heavy.
This wants to freeze on top of this. Without last rock, would love the situation of forcing Terry McNamee to 1.
Yeah, you can go now. You can go.
And retain last rock in that all-important 8th end.
Go.
What's dead nose or what?
Yeah, dead nose, it goes.
All right.
Up.
Ted knows said it goes across the top because the red one behind the shot stone is higher than the yellow. It's got a ton of weight.
Steve Irwin clears nearly the entire house. He's had a great game.
He has indeed.
Hair less weight, eh? You just want to be top 4.
Steve curling 90%.
I would love to have stuck around somewhere on that one, but he still did a great job of removing all of that stuff that was in the forefoot.
Go then. Line's really good. Easy. Line's really good.
Gotta go for weight. No. Whole line.
Line's really good. Hard. Go.
Go, 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 go.
Go a little farther, Maddie. Go, 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 go.
Well, good weight. He did not finish.
Half, yep. Okay. Same throw then, eh?
Terry just lining up the double.
Hard! Hard, gotta go! Whoa, hard!
Attaboy.
Good
Double
shot.
kill from Irwin.
Just a little bit thicker than half. Half would have jammed it and left his shooter in, but he makes them both go away.
Good shot.
So with one lonely guard there for Mike McEwen, we'll try to duck in behind.
Line's good.
Can we wait as long as possible?
Wait if you can.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
I'd like to wait.
Line's good. Room, room.
Still room.
Room, let it curl, let it curl, let it curl.
Now.
All there, top 4.
Just let it curl.
Being buried is the single most important part here.
Hard, hard, hard. Hard, go. Good, good. Good shot, good sweep.
Okay.
Still need just a couple of rooms, huh?
Okay, boy, just hack.
First stone for Terry. He has the hammer. Numbers have gone down the last few ends. Statistically.
Easy. Whoa. Hard!
This one's coming across fast.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Easy.
Go, 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 go.
What?
He'll manage to keep some paint, which forces Mike McEwen to make a shot.
Normal? Yeah.
You saw Mike book it down here. It's not that they're super tight on time, but he knew that it was going to be a wide open hit.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, no.
Off. It's good. It's good. Clean.
Clean, yeah, clean.
And sticks it. So for Terry McNamee now, will attempt to blank and keep last rock until he has an opportunity to score 2.
And based on your philosophy, having hammer and 8 is pretty good.
It's huge.
No finish there.
A little more, Stevie.
I'm sort of new to that philosophy because I always have hammer.
Yes,
I'm
well, you have
always
to
being
score
scored
to
on.
give it up.
That's
yes.
Hard, gotta go. Come on. Hard.
Last rock of the 7th ends. Terry McNamee looking to blank.
And will not.
He will not. He takes one in the 7th to tie the game, but gives up the hammer. We're back with much more of the Safeway Championship in a moment from Beausejour.
You're in the Northern League now, son. Section F, row 10, seat 2.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes. For more information, visit goldeyes.com.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Safeway Championship Curling on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by Manitoba canola growers. Visit canolarecipes.ca.
Granny's Poultry proudly supports Safeway Championship Curling. Visit grannies.ca.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Email Direct. For more information, visit safewaychampionship.ca.
Something to say on every play. Sports Select Sports Talk on Shaw TV.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Welcome back to the Safeway Championship. Our 8th end is brought to you by the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit goldeyes.com. 3-3 is our score through 7 ends of play in the semifinal of the Safeway Championship. Kathy, the McNamee foursome was in good shape. They had a 2-1 lead and had Hammer playing the 5th end, and since then they've given up back-to-back steals and were unable to blank the last end.
Well, there's definitely the momentum shift for sure, and it's funny because you look at the scoreboard and it's a 3-all game. The numbers being put up by the players on both sides, red and yellow, really, really strong numbers. The lowest shooter is at 82%. There are 3 of them. Those are good numbers, but it did 2 things in the 5th end with the steal. One, it tied the game for the first time for the McEwen team and kind of got rid of that deuce that got put up on the board. And it gave Mike some confidence. All we've heard from the McEwen team is a lot of self-doubt, some frustration. I don't know whether their expectations were not being met, but you could feel the very much uptightness of that. Now they're very confident. They got the steal, they got another steal, they forced their opponent to take one. They didn't actually force it, he's stuck on a blank attempt, and so now it's a tie game. McEwen has last rock in this all-important 8th, and that for the first time in this game gives him control because he never ever had last rock in the beginning of the game. So they got a 2-end game. He's got last rock. Sure, he's feeling pretty good about that.
Gotta go, guys. I like.
Shot.
I like that. Tight nose in that.
Yep.
Just easy. If you do this, that's fine.
Easy, a little up.
Yep. No. Yep. Yeah. Whoa.
Nah.
Jeez. Sorry. It's fine.
Feel the corner?
Yeah.
Yep. Double.
Remove the top stone, but start with the corner guard. Get rid of that. If you're only going to hit one, At least you'll leave your stone protected. Ideally, you get both.
Whoa.
Into second stones now.
This is a position at one point Jordy Hargreaves had a massive advantage over his opponent. His numbers have dropped. He's even, but again, this is not going to help him.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can.
Yeah, just above the tee. It'll be steep that way.
T-line's fine.
Chance to lie 2.
Weight's close. I mean, weight's pretty good.
Right on the tee's good. Right on the tee. Line's fine.
Weight's all there.
Right on the tee.
It's still there.
It's good. It'll be okay.
Shot, man.
Gotta hit that one, yeah.
Donald.
Now, with lots of separation between those two, trying to minimize the red stones and maybe get a roll behind. That stone biting the top of the paint that would also act as a guard.
Hard. Hard. Whoa.
Here's the second from Jordy Hargreaves.
Okay. Easy.
Well, Kathy, this has been a tremendous championship, big crowds all week, and some great performances on the ice. I'll think of McNamee's run. I'll think of Vic Peters and his son Daly giving Mike McEwen all he can handle, and they had a tremendous championship as well. And of course, working with you.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that at some point. Now, when you think back to championships, often people think about who won, but having been here all week, think about a great ice surface, conditions just wonderful, lots of movements, lots of consistency. Fabulous facility, and for the players, you know, it's so wonderful to make it to the show, and when the building's packed with fans at the 8:30 draw on Wednesday, it really is wonderful to play in front of crowds like that, knowledgeable crowds.
That was okay. Roll like right there is good.
Yeah.
Control.
Much quieter in this building with just the one game going.
Well, it is, but also the other thing that you can feel today that wasn't as evident is the tension amongst the players and in the crowd, because now so much of the crowd that has come are really directly linked to one of the teams. There are definitely just general curling fans here, but now there's a lot of folks that are here because their family or their friends, their partners are on the ice. And it's pretty tough sport to watch.
Okay. Joey, what do you want to do?
Somebody out there that you really, really want to win.
Right? Okay, play the roll. Yeah. They're not fully in though either, are they?
Terry's trying to get that roll. Sorry.
No. I was just going to say Terry's voice is starting to come back because it was just about shot last night.
It was for sure.
They don't have to yell at each other to communicate.
Yeah, I'll be a little more aggressive with this one, I think. Did you guys try to hold it?
No, earlier in the week, you're out shouting people on 4 other sheets. Got to yell pretty loud. Now it's just you.
Whoa! Whoa! Hard! Whoa!
Hit and roll from Steve Irwin, who's been impressive. Rolls a little too far.
Well, he's out curling his opponent by over 10%. He's made some big shots.
How's that look?
Just rolled that one just a wee bit too far.
Go back to the original broom.
Whoa, looks hot.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. No.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep.
Hard.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep.
Hard.
Hard. Your way, Matt. Go. Far as you get. Far as you get. Go. 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 Go.
What do you think there, Buckshot?
Try to roll one more.
Good shot for BJ. They wanted Matt to sweep that and take it as far over as you can, because that makes the roll that much harder for Terry McNamee to get behind that center stone.
Yeah. Just rolled and rolled, eh? Shaymar, Steve.
Where's the weight? Yep. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Hard.
Into skip stones now in the 8th. The first from Terry McNamee.
And he gets the roll, but just too far.
He's
just a little too thin.
Yeah, I think right there's the perfect spot.
Why are you thinking to go here?
Let's go here, Mike.
If he draws and I make it, it's probably game over.
Yeah, no, I think over here though, no.
Like make him change his turn up.
Just because we know the speed, that's all.
Okay.
They know the speed.
Yeah, I like
it's real good speed.
I like it. Yeah, we know the spot. It's good.
Right here.
A little bit of gamesmanship going on there. Mike making sure that he turned to look at Terry McNamee when he said if he draws and we make it, the game is over. I'm not sure Terry McNamee's packing his bags going home if he gives up a deuce.
Game's on the line, right?
And I don't think Terry would ignore the stones in play. The game is tied. He's too smart.
Put him T.
This is his 15th Provincial Men's Curling Championship. He's seen everything, including that Minnesota Fats routine from Mike McEwen.
Mine's okay. Let it
for
curl.
Terry, wherever they play this, you can almost be sure that what he'll try to do is play a hit and roll off of it.
Just let it curl. Just let it curl. It's all here.
Line's good. Get it back T.
Yeah, a little bit.
Come on.
Go. Hard. Hard. A little further. Go.
First go.
Good shot. Real good.
And there you go. I don't think the draw was ever a consideration.
Well, I've been really impressed with Terry and his team, but Terry doesn't get too excited. Pretty calm and cool, a real class guy. They make quick decisions on the ice.
So again, we'll be looking to try to roll his shooter behind that stone for Mike McEwen. It wouldn't be a huge run back, but you can see that if he made the run back, his stone that he would be hitting would be left out of the house. Huge roll needed here for Terry.
Yep.
Last stone for him. McEwen has the hammer.
And no roll at all.
Gets the nose.
And we saw deuce go up in the 3rd end for Terry McNamee, and it's been ones on the board or blanks ever since, but chance for Mike McEwen to get a deuce and in this all-important 8th end.
MRB.
See the time there, Kathy, a difference of about 8 minutes.
They definitely play slower, more discussions, still lots of time. Because if he makes this deuce here, you can be sure that it's going to be a lot of hitting in the next 2.
Just clean it. Yep. Hard. Really hard.
Hard.
Right up.
Hard.
Really gotta go.
Last rock of the 8th end, McEwen with a hit for 2. And he's not going to miss that. So a deuce for Mike McEwen and his foursome. They lead 5-3 after 8 ends. We're back in a moment with more from the Safeway Championship.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Eating Right, uniting flavor and nutrition. Visit SafewayChampionship.ca for more information.
Poultry proudly supports Safeway Championship Curling. Visit grannies.ca.
Safeway Championship Curling on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by Manitoba canola growers. Visit canolarecipes.ca.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Email Direct. For more information, visit safewaychampionship.ca.
Come on, Goldie, really put your hips into it.
The Winnipeg Gold Eyes. For more information, visit goldeyes.com.
Coming soon to Shaw Video On Demand.
Did Allison and Peter speak with you about who would take care of Sophie in the unlikely event that they should both die? No. Well, they named you.
I'm sorry. They picked us together.
Believe me, I tried to advise them against it, but there are options. We have Peter's father.
I think she looks just like you. Okay, okay.
Sophie, no. Okay. Good as new.
Still breathing.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Welcome back to Beausejour and the 2011 Safeway Championship. Our ninth end is brought to you by Safeway, ingredients for life. Kathy, it's time for your segment, Under Pressure, and it's brought to you by Granny's Poultry.
Well, we go back to the fifth end. It's been a game that Terry McNamee had won last rock, had been in control. On his last stone, without last rock, Mike McEwen makes the perfect corner freeze. Couldn't decide who was in fact shot. Terry McNamee does try to draw the Safeway S, isn't able to get there, and on a measure, it was a steal for Mike McEwen. Not only did that tie the game, it switched the momentum around. Another steal, a stick blank, and now a 2-point edge. Somebody loves Mike, and I don't think that's you. Just guessing.
Thanks for pointing that out. And we saw a continuation of that momentum
for sure
swing in the eighth, where you've got a rink with the hammer and McEwen's. You know, they want to get multiple points, and they do.
Well, they do for sure. 4 times Terry McNamee's team tried the hit and roll, weren't able to make it, and so you know the advantage for sure. McEwen's team kept putting them in there.
Oh yeah.
McNamee's team did have opportunities, weren't able to capitalize on that, and a deuce in 8 is pretty huge, and this is what I was talking about with the time clock. So you're going to see them throwing them through, minimizing rocks.
I like that.
Here's even them up.
But being down 2, curling the ninth isn't the worst position you can be in. I mean, they're still there gnawing away, you know.
Oh, for sure. It's not over by a long shot, but for Mike McEwen, he doesn't need any more rocks in play. He made the good first one, perfect first one, actually, in the 4-foot, and so Terry McNamee will throw the corner guards. For Mike, any rock in play is something that his team may jam on in the process of trying to eliminate stones, and that's why he had Denny Neufeld throw his second one through.
Now, aside from the Vic Peters story, McNamee's run has been the talk of this championship, losing his first game on Wednesday and then winning 6 in a row through the B-side, defeating Mike McEwen yesterday, scoring 5 in one end, and giving Jeff Stoughton's rink a pretty good game for about 7 ends yesterday. So they've curled quite well out of the Brandon Curling Club. The furthest Terry's ever gotten in a Safeway championship.
Tries to make the double peel there, just catches a part of the Yellowstone and promotes it in the house.
Yeah. No, I got 10 different split though. Yeah. 340, 350. Where are we going? Your set. Okay.
Real light. It's really light.
Watch it. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's way. Slow, guys.
Throwing up a guard.
Okay.
Jesus, that's really tempting to play that.
And then for Mike McEwen, no question about it. He could play the stone in the house, doesn't need to.
No.
The stone that's going to get him in trouble is a corner guard.
Good.
And that's what he's having Matt remove.
Appeal from Matt Wozniak.
Yeah. Did you draw around everything? Gotta make sure we can score at least. Feels dead.
Well, 10 place.
I know.
Again, looking for a corner guard. And the sweeper's dropping off. Steve certainly has. And it's a corner, pretty tight.
You just got to peel this.
There you see the times on the clocks there, Kathy. Ideally, what do you want for one end?
Like 7.5 is
the other way.
I mean, you'd love 40, but the reality is that when you sort of bank out your ends, you're sort of thinking 7.5 minute ends, and you'd love to leave like 10 minutes for your last end in case it's very complicated. But because the McEwen team is mostly going to be playing hits, and we go back to the whole ice speed issue.
No,
I don't mind that.
I like it.
Or do you think he's gonna throw another guard? If we peel this? No, let's hit that. Let's peel the guard.
Okay.
A little bit of not only what you make, but what you leave, which is a huge part of it. If you hit the stone in the house, do you think he throws another corner? Well, he may, or he may go around it, but he's certainly not going to be hitting the red stone.
BJ going after that short guard.
Somebody.
Somebody. Well, it's a very clear timeout signal. Somebody will probably check the clock and make sure it did stop.
We gotta go around, don't you?
We gotta do it on my first one just so that they'll have to bang away. If we try too late, we might not
Clock has stopped. It will run down, and then they will add another 90-second timeout.
This might be hard to score. We get in here,
the
then
first
they're
30.
banging all day. They're trying the yellow, red.
Yeah, you might jam it on there, though.
Exactly. But
yeah, so you really don't want to bury behind the red one. You want to be right behind the yellow one, then, right?
well,
You don't want to give them the foul.
well, they're gonna play the
Yeah,
You
they're
don't want to play this. Don't want to give them the straight double. You want them to try to play.
No,
on
but
the
you got to be half in behind that.
Like I'm
red
thinking
one.
back 12.
Yeah.
And buried in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Kathy, after our opening draw the other day, teams have been really clear about making sure people are aware they're taking a timeout.
Well, they are for sure. We've seen people yelling timeout and to no avail, and it's very clear that you must make the T signal and you must make it towards where the timers are.
Try to give you like T-line-ish and then.
A good discussion. You have those two timeouts and lots of time. You just saw the timekeepers. They're sort of in the middle of the building on the side.
Back 12, boys. Hard line. Hard line.
And so sometimes if you're facing forwards, it's hard for them to see.
Line's good. Okay. Oh, not through. Not through. Oh.
Yep.
Come on.
Hard. Go.
Hard.
Good shot.
Oh, it's still there. Give it a go.
Yeah, if I just rip.
I mean, you just rip it, that's fine, but you can make it.
Now Mike suggesting that the two yellows may go. That's super thin. But for sure, get rid of one.
Hard. Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa. Yep.
Come on.
You got it.
Great shot from BJ Neufeld.
That is super thin to be able to clip the back one, but they called it all along and said they thought it was still there. And watch how thinly he will clip, not only miss his own, but just clip it. You almost have to miss it to make it. Nicely done.
Last of the third stones.
Line's got to go. You're not bad.
2 McEwen Red Rocks in the house and a 5-3 lead for the top seed.
Whoa, 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 whoa then. Whoa. Get over there. Okay, Stevie.
Yeah. This is where you threw that same shot.
There, more.
Good.
Mike threw this same spot in the third end when he was trying to play the double. Virtually the same piece of ice.
Clean, just clean.
Off.
Whoa, whoa.
Good.
Good.
Hit, knock it out.
One? Yeah,
yeah, move it out. Hack?
Yeah, just hack.
Well, Terry has the hammer, Kathy. How do you see this end playing out based on what we have in the house there right now?
Well, now that he's playing hack weight on this stone, he's trying to get behind that guard, which is in the 12-foot, but he's playing hack weight. So what it says is that he's going to try to get behind there, and if Mike doesn't make it perfectly, maybe still the deuce is in play. But if Mike makes it perfectly, he's still leaving the blank open as an option to himself, and so he'll have last rock coming home.
Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Whoa. No. No. Yeah, hard.
Oh, they lost it. They got a pick. That's a really bad break. The first one we've seen in this game, you saw the rock just go sideways.
We shot.
We are. Definitely shot.
Yeah.
Well, if it changes a whole lot.
Don't want to give him a triple.
Like here? Yeah. Well, this double, he won't be able to play that double.
Put it right here.
Well, this, yeah.
Just guard this. This, that's not even there. Yeah, right here. I mean, a little under curl's okay, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's right on the center line.
Yeah, we put it good. He won't have anything to score.
Well, I don't know.
If we put it right, yeah, top 12, right on the center line. Slash double, that probably jams though. This should curl, right? Throw that out turn.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, okay. Looks good.
Line's good. Where?
Guys, you can't pull it out there.
Line's good. Yeah, go hard.
Last stone for Mike McEwen in the 9th.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Easy, guys.
whoa,
Easy.
whoa, it's over curling.
Easy.
No.
Set.
Trying to protect that stone on the lid, Kathy.
Well, they are, and they stopped sweeping. They ideally wanted it closer so there would be no play on that stone in the forefoot, but it was over curl.
Jams all day. To kill the 6, you got to throw it too hard, you're rolling out, right?
Yeah.
His double's certainly there, but you lose the shooter the way that you have to hit the top one across the top to avoid the jam. So it is for 1. So rather than risk a tough double, we'll just play to tap that stone back a couple of inches.
Trade less.
Okay, just back 8 probably.
Yeah. Gotta move it 2 feet?
Yeah.
Hold line.
Yep. Yep. Where is it? Hard. Okay, whoa, easy. Whoa. Whoa. No. Yep, it's coming up. Come on.
Oh, overswept again. That's 2 ends in a row. They've jumped on stones that didn't need that extra sweeping. Another steal.
The 3rd steal of this game for Mike McEwen's foursome. Had a 6-3 lead through 9 ends of play. We're back with our 10th end in a moment. You're watching the 2011 Safeway Championship live from Beausejour.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Email Direct. For more information, visit safewaychampionship.ca.
Granny's Poultry proudly supports Safeway Championship Curling. Visit grannies.ca.
Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Safeway, proud sponsor of the Safeway Championship, brought to you by Eating Right, uniting flavor and nutrition. Visit safewaychampionship.ca for more information.
Shaw TV and McNally Robinson present Joanne Kelly's Book Club. Join the conversation at McNally Robinson on the last Tuesday of the month. For more information, contact joanne.kelly at sjrb.ca or call 480-3410.
This is Harvey. He was left alone, tied to a pole outside of the Winnipeg Humane Society. This is Harvey now. He was adopted and now enjoys life with a family that adores him. Watch the IAMS 1001 Donations Telethon live on Shaw TV March 20th and give another pet a chance to be as happy as Harvey.
Welcome back to Beausejour and the 2011 Safeway Championship. Mike Beauregard, Kathy Gauthier, Jim Toth. Rocks going through the house here in the 10th end of our semifinal. Mike McEwen has just stolen the 9th to take a 6-3 lead on Terry McNamee's rink, who appear to have run out of gas. Big momentum shift, Kathy, in about the 5th end.
Yeah.
We've seen 3 steals and a missed blank end, and then a double. It's really been all McEwen since about the 5th.
Yeah, it's been a combination of a couple of things. The numbers certainly for the McNamee team as individuals and as a team have gone down, and the trend really reversed for their opponents. They started a little bit shaky, but their numbers have by and large gone up, and gone up dramatically, so they've made a lot more. And I always go back to that 5th end. It was a point that tied the game, and so that game is still very much in reach for Terry McNamee with last rock. But a couple of sweeping errors in terms of line, just not believing or believing that it was going to do something that it didn't. A really unfortunate pick for Terry McNamee in the last end, too. That should certainly be mentioned. That was not a miss, but unfortunately for Terry, the result was not great with that pick. Tough road to hoe for Mike McEwen. You saw him blistering those couple of stones through. Needs to find a way to steal 3, or to take 3, rather. That's a pretty tough proposition.
Stay tuned for our post-game show. Jim Toth will talk to both skips. We will be back on the air this afternoon at 1:30 for the championship final. Jeff Stoughton awaits. It's looking more and more like we'll see the top 2 seeds going head-to-head.
Well, and don't kid yourself, across the country, the Glenn Howards of the world and the Kevin Martins aren't particularly happy with either of them coming out of that game later this afternoon. 2 very highly respected teams.
Who have both had tremendous seasons.
They did.
Playing the big money events. McEwen's team has been a touch more successful, but they have played 2 more games. Will that matter at all at 1:30 this afternoon, Kathy?
No, and the one thing that the McEwen team will have is momentum on their side. You never want to lose. You never want to have to play this game. And for Jeff and his team, I'm sure they're glad to have had it off. But experience and history has shown that often the team that comes through the afternoon draw, and I just even go back to the Provincial Scotties with Kathy Overton Clapham's team, you get momentum. You start to get on a roll. Winning breeds winning. And so for Mike McEwen and his team, they're playing well. They're going to come out of here feeling really positive, which is not to say that Jeff's team won't, but it's certainly the fatigue factor becomes null and void this afternoon.
Now, McEwen and Stoughton met a couple of weeks ago in the semifinals of the Canadian Open, and it was McEwen beating Stoughton in that semifinal, scoring 3 in the 8th, if I recall.
Can we go around now or no?
They also met in the final of the first Grand Slam event.
Well, not yet, I don't think, do you?
Early in the season, McEwen winning that. He's won 2 of the 3 Grand Slam events this year. But on the line this afternoon will be a trip to the Briar, Kathy.
Which is very, very different. And it's hard because even though you try to always think about not results, that's not very good English, but you don't think about results when you play this game. You don't think about results when you're playing hits and rolls. Your job is to look at the broom and throw the right weight. Well, you don't think about the result of the game this afternoon, but it's pretty hard when there will be a table set up on an adjacent sheet with all the hardware and the Buffalo crest sitting there. Now for Jeff, he'll be thinking something else to dust off because it would be his 9th, but for Mike McEwen, it would be a prize that they have been playing for a very long time.
Yeah, Jeff will be thinking about perhaps buying one of those storage containers to have beside his home to store all the trophies.
Oh, shit. Hard.
Into 3rd stones now. It's pretty academic.
Good.
It is 1 down or 2 down is doable in the free guard zone. 3 certainly is doable, but it is really tough.
Jim Toth is standing by to interview the skips. Jim looking a little gray this morning when I saw him. Our pre-broadcast meeting. He's got a little more color in his face now. It's good to see. Thought I might have to drive him to the hospital. He's burning the candle at both ends.
Front ring.
That can happen very easily at a curling event. Kathy?
Well, there are those that know the drill, and then there are those of you that think you are younger than you are.
I see.
Are you kidding me, Mike Beauregard? My mother is watching this back in Alberta.
Who turned on your microphone?
And I'll have you know, I was in bed at 9:30, and I got up to pick you up early morning to bring you home.
Yeah, I'm just kidding with you, Mrs. Toth. He's well behaved. He's well under control.
Oh. You don't want my cell phone to start blowing up with messages from my mother.
Another successful peel. Terry McNamee will continue to guard that stone, hoping that maybe he'll get a beak on one of these peel attempts.
I should mention that Stoughton and McEwen met in last year's final.
They definitely did.
It's another sidebar story. Won't be tough to sell the 1:30 game today.
Whoa.
And we'll be broadcasting it throughout Western Canada on Shaw TV.
Wide open.
Well, because that corner guard moved far more than they had wanted it to, the stone in the house is fully exposed, and it really is a numbers game now for Mike McEwen with only 2 stones left for Terry McNamee. This is about making it going away and having a date with Jeff Stoughton, which I think
Edie with his big gloves.
both of them thought that they would have on this Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, ass.
Just clean. Just clean.
First stone for Mike, and this will do it. Handshakes. And a hearty congratulations to Terry's Westman foursome. What a run they had this week. But it wasn't enough against the top-rated team in the country right now, and Mike McEwen. 6-3 is our final. We're back with our post-game show in just a moment. Don't go away. You're watching the 2011 Safeway Championship live from Beausejour, Manitoba.
At Shaw TV, we're all about community sports, and we value your comments. Call the Shaw TV viewer response line now at 480-3500 and tell us how we're doing. You can also email us at shawtvwinnipeg@shaw.ca.
Welcome back to the 2011 Safeway Championship. Our semifinal is in the books. Mike McEwen has defeated Terry McNamee 6-3. The McEwen foursome will go on to face Jeff Stoughton, an 8-time winner of this event, in our 1:30 final. We'll have that for you on Shaw TV. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I think that will be one of the best curling games that we've seen in a while. 4 great players on each of the teams. Who's going to show up the biggest?
Well, McEwen's rink will break through at some point. Question is it this year? Let's go downstairs to Jim Toth.
Thanks, Mike. Terry McNamee joins me now. Obviously a great run for you guys, but in the end, 3 steals was the difference.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They played better than us during the middle part of the game, so it's kind of disappointing, but, you know, we played well all week, and I'm quite happy with our team.
Furthest you've ever been, can you say you'll be back here fighting again once again?
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'm sure our team will, too. We had talked about playing together already next year, so there's a good chance you may see us back.
I know you just lost to them, but can we get a quick preview? Who do you think is going to take this final?
It's a toss-up. They're number 1 and 2 seeds, so it's a toss-up. Whoever makes more shots in the game will probably win.
Terry, thanks for this. Congratulations on a great run, and we'll hope to see you next year.
Good. Thanks very much.
Terry McNamee, who just lost to Mike McEwen 6-3 in today's semifinal. We're going to bring Mike over right now, and we're going to be quick because we're actually going to talk to him in about an hour's time once again. But I just said to Terry, a great game, but in the end, the 3 steals was the difference for you guys.
Yeah, we definitely had to battle that game. Terry got the early lead, but it was just, you know, it came down to probably a couple of key shots that turned it around for us. So sometimes that's all the difference is 1 or 2 shots.
I know things have been closer in most matches for you this week than you wanted them to be, and you said you've won a few ugly. How'd you feel about this one? Was it a good, clean win, and do you feel confident going in the final?
Yeah, I thought we played pretty solid. Jordy made an amazing double kill for them to get the early lead on us, and but I thought we played solid, and it just seems like this week everybody's playing very well against us too. So we definitely have had to, you know, dig deep and find that little extra get-go to get through to the final.
I think this is the matchup most viewers wanted to see. Is this the matchup you wanted in a final?
Sure. I mean, you know, it's last year we had to beat Jeff twice to go, and this time around it's only once. So, you know, hopefully good fortune and good throws will go our way this afternoon.
Thanks for doing this, Mike, and we'll literally talk to you in about an hour.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jim.
Mike McEwen, who just beat Terry McNamee in today's semifinal 6-3. It's setting up what everybody was expecting from the get-go. The top 2 seeds will go at it at 1:30 live here on Shaw for their final thoughts. Let's go up to Mike Beauregard and Kathy Gauthier for their thoughts on this one.
All right, thanks, Jim. Time for our game breaker, brought to you by Manitoba Liquor Marts. What do you have for us, Kathy?
Well, we go to that under pressure shot. That's where the steal started, but I really think that the game ends and he puts it away in the 8th band when he gets his deuce. Up until that point, they had been inching along, but 4 times in this end, there were opportunities for Terry McNamee and his team to play a hit and roll that might have got them out. Were never able to make that, and so on his final stone in 8, was a very easy, controlled weight, makes the shot, takes the deuce, and that really was taps.
Our game breaker is brought to you by Manitoba Liquor Marts, a proud supporter of the Safeway Championship. What are you expecting this afternoon?
Well, I can't wait, and I think that Mike McEwen was being politically correct. I don't think he's looking any more forward to playing Jeff Stoughton than anybody else. He'd be liking to play you. That would be his dream final, but he's not going to get it. But as competitors, what both teams know is that neither has an edge on each other, and whoever makes the biggest shots this afternoon wins, and that is a crapshoot.
And we'll see a world-class curling match for sure. 1:30 here on Shaw TV. Jim?
Thanks very much, guys. And yes, 1:30, we will be back live on Shaw TV with today's final. The top 2 seeds will go at it. Mike McEwen, Jeff Stoughton, in a rematch of last year's final that Jeff Stoughton won in an extra end last draw to the button. We can only hope for another great match like that coming up. Stay with us. We'll be back at 1:30 p.m. live with the final from the 2011 Safeway Championship in Beausejour, Manitoba. On behalf of Mike Beauregard, Kathy Gauthier, myself, Jim Toth, and our entire crew, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.